Hello, hi, it's Liz here, and it's Sunday afternoon's play in the Clockwork Universe altered book. This is an old cookery book that I picked up in the charity shop, and we have been having a good old fun time making these pages. I'm absolutely loving it. And I have been using images from this book, Industrial Collage Ephemera, Little Personas by Maremi's Small Art. And here is all about the book. And I got mine on Amazon. There are lots of other books to get. You get lots of images, and the good thing is you don't need to decide which side because they're only printed on the one side. So you get all these, excellent. So that's the book I'm using my focal points from. I'll just pop that over there just now. So we are at this page. This was last week's. It was only a single page. I've been doing double pages, apart from the first one. And I thought last week we would do something a little bit different. So we stamped and we used our Prismacolour pencils to do some shading and some colouring in of these petals. So let's do this page. And at first I was going to try and kind of replicate white and stamping, but I didn't especially want to do that. So I'm going to use some scrapbook paper and also some stamping this week, so that although kind of the same but different. I have chosen out the book this little guy, and I'm going to put him down here. Oh, I've given this a wee coat of just white acrylic. Just wanted to cover up the background of the cookery book just initially, and I did it off camera so that it would get a chance to dry. So it's not done very thick or very well. It's quite streaky, but we're going to cover it in scrapbook paper anyway. But I just wanted to get that down because I just wasn't sure of it showing through, and I wanted to take the shine off it a little bit. Okay, so we're going to use this guy. He's going to go down that bottom corner. And what is it he's looking at? Well, I thought he could be looking at some hot air balloons, and I've been looking through my stamps and I found this balloon and this balloon here. So I think what we'll do is we'll stamp them on a separate piece of card, add a little bit of colour, and then place the two balloons somewhere here for him to look at. I also have this piece of Stamperia paper. I don't know what the name is, but I know it was Stamperia, and I think probably we will do something like that with the two hot air balloons there, and we'll see how it goes. I'll maybe get the white paint out and just do another little bit, maybe just kind of to tie in the paper with the little border here, because this paper is 8 by 8 and it's going to leave a border. So we might just bring in some paint just to bring in the paper and to cover that border up. So that's the plan. Let's see if we can pull that off. So the first thing I want to do is maybe cut this paper to size. Let's leave the stamps aside for the moment. We'll go over where the stamps are from once we use them. And we just want to kind of cut this to size. So I want a border, the border down the side here, about the same size as this and this border. So that will be to about there. And I have my trimmer. And we will just cut where I've put that notch. And I'll put that over on that sheet over there. So, and I think if we use the white to go over the edges. It will tie in with the white of this page, and I've got this piece left for another day. So I think what we'll do is we'll get this stuck down, do the painting so that that can be left to dry while we are doing our stamping. So I've just got my Pritt stick, my glue stick. We'll just go around the edges first. And then a little bit, I'm going to run out of room here. A little bit in the middle. There we are. So already that's looking better. So I've got my white acrylic, and I've also got my little plastic card, and I don't know if I want to try and drag some of the paint over or use the brush. We'll see how it goes. We will start at the top there, maybe, and just do a little bit along the top. Now, is it going to... Yeah, maybe. I think the brush does it better. The card is leaving a little bit of line. I just want to kind of, I don't know, in my head it just kind of brings it together. It doesn't want to come out. Oh, there we are. It came out that time. And I'm doing it white, like I say. I want it to try and match, not match, but tone in, like blend in with the page opposite. Yeah, I could go with that, I think. Right, so we'll let that dry. We'll move all the paintilly things out the way. We'll sit the book over here and we will bring in the stamps and a piece of white card to stamp on. Because I am going to use my Prismacolour pencils again, like I did last week with the blending, the paper blending stumps. This is a smooth coated white card to stamp on. So we'll just pop that over there just now, and I will show you the stamp set. It's by Stampendous, and you get a set of cogs, the hot air balloon, and it's called Steampunk Balloon. Now, I have had this, it's dated 2011, a long time. I'm not sure if Stampendous are still going, but you can probably maybe get one on eBay if you have a wee look, if you really fancy one. It's quite a big stamp. So, and I also found this hot air balloon, and this was free with a magazine. I think it was some sort of mixed media magazine. Again, it would have been a wee while ago. And there's this balloon here, which we're going to use. So put that, the stamp set packaging down there. And let's get our acrylic block. And because I'm going to use the pencils, I'm using my Memento, which is a dye-based ink. These are the Prismacolours aren't water-based, and so you need to use Memento as opposed to VersaFine, which is good for watercolour pencils. This is good for the oil-based pencils. So plenty ink on that. And we'll bring our piece of card in. I'm not fussed about it being straight or anything because we're going to cut it out. We're going to fussy cut round it once we've added some colour, or we'll fussy cut first and then add the colour. It doesn't really matter which way around we do it. I'm just going to give that a good old porridge press. Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't stamp greatly, but I'm okay with it because I quite like that kind of look. And plus we're going to be adding a little bit of colour. And I think when I look at the stamp, it does look kind of, you know, kind of dotted and a bit marley. Marley? Don't know what I mean by that. And I think this one's kind of the same. I'm not even sure, maybe it's because they're old, or I don't know. But it's going to be fine because we're going to add some colour. Yeah, that's okay. So we'll done with that, and we're done with that. And we can bring our pencils in now. Let's lean over and let's just move some bits out the way. Right, so this already had, and I've kind of painted over it, but you can still see that there's some teal and some brown, and there's little bits of brown. So I'm going to stick with kind of teal and brown. And also our little guy, his dungarees are kind of greyish blue, but I think we'll add a little bit of teal to him as well. So we want some teal and some brown. And I'm going to start off with a kind of pale colour. And let's find the teal blending stump, and this is the blending solution. I use this sponge and I add Sansodor, Winsor & Newton solvent Sansodor, and basically this just melts the pencil lead. Yeah, you'll see, and we don't need to be too fussed at all about colouring in properly, and we don't need to worry about going over the edges because we're going to cut it out. So I'm just giving everything a wee coat of the pale teal. So we'll leave that one out just now, and then I think we will add the darker teal, and I'm just going to follow where the stamp has some crisscross, which is a little guide to where your shading might be. Right, so this will have soaked up some of the solution, and we can just go in and blend and smooth out. I hope you can see what it's doing, and I forgive the squeak. But you can see how it's blending. And of course we can always go in again with our pencil if we feel that we've lost some definition of the blending. Right, what other colours were there? Right, we have actually used the darkest teal, so let's just add a little bit more to these bits here. And then just gently this time pull out so that we don't lose the paler colour either, because we want it to look like it's round and we want the definition of the pale colour. Let's see if there's another. What colour's this like? That's bringing in a little bit of green, which I think might be quite nice, just down the edge there. And across here. We'll just use the same blending stump because it's in the same kind of colour family. And I think that's just enough to add a little bit of a different shade. So you can play around for a long time adding colours till you think, yeah. So let's hold that one up for you. Can you see where it's been shaded? And any little bits, when I lifted it up there, I could see there was a little blob, and we can just smooth that out. Maybe what we'll do is we'll add that green right to this edge here. Yeah, yes, I'm happy with the three colours. So do we want to do the other one? Do we want to do the other one, the browny colours? Let's get a brown blending stump ready. So that's already been used for brown. We'll put the blue one back, and we will think about picking the browns up from our page. And so let's see, these are all the browns. So we've got this kind of really pale creamy colour, beige it's called, and then maybe this brown, and then maybe a real darker one, this one. So we'll try these three colours. Now I'm wondering if we need to do just the pale right across the middle there. And then we'll do a brown. Just so that we can blend that brown in. And we've got a darker one. And we will use the dark on this bit and these bits. Right, let's see how that's going to go. So hubby is busy in the kitchen carving a pumpkin. We've never carved a pumpkin before, so he's volunteered. He's like, oh, I'll do that. I'm like, okay then. Because it's the lantern parade tonight, so we want to put a pumpkin in the window. The community and all the primary schools have been making paper lanterns to walk along, so it's at 6 o'clock tonight, and there's a brass band at the beginning of the parade, at the start of the parade, and they play Ghostbusters because I've seen a video of last year's. Let's just go for a good old hard rub over that middle bit. Right, well that took a wee while, but I think we're there. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so let's leave out these pencils because of the little chap to do, and we'll add some tail to him. Right. And we can cut these out. So yes, so it's the lantern parade tonight. So I'm looking forward to that. Right, I'm not going to cut that out. Sometimes decisions have to be made about what might be just too fiddly and not worth the effort, and that flag is one of them, not worth the effort. Same as that little pointy thing on the top of the balloon there. Decision made. that's not attached. Now, we might just add a little bit of colour to that white. We'll see how that is. Oh, excuse me, I've got some tea here. It's a wee bit cold, but it's wet. Whoops! It wants to fly away. But don't cut me out. It's sore. Do you ever do that? Give voices to lots of things? I'll apologise for cutting something out because it might be sore. Right, we'll just... Sometimes I leave tricky bits. Like I'll cut round the edge and then go back and do the tricky bit, but these aren't actually too tricky. And I'm just not sure if these will get covered up in the scheme of things once we place our balloons on the page. I want them to overlap, almost like one is in the foreground and one is in the background. But we'll see how... Oh, there's two wee people there. Oh, I never noticed them first time round. I'm not sure that we'll add any colour to them. Just get that bit up. Here we are. So we've got our pumpkin for the window, and we've got some bunting that's got kind of bats and paper pumpkins and wee ghosts. So we'll put that across the window, and we'll put our lantern, our pumpkin lantern. Yes, we'll need to add a little bit of something, I think, to that white. So we've got that. Should that be behind? Let's see. I think. What do we think now? Yeah. Let's just take away the whiteness of this. We'll not need to blend it, we're just taking away the whiteness a little bit. That's better. Now we need to decide. This is a smaller balloon, so should be behind the big balloon because it's in the distance. Yeah. I want them both to be quite high up, because if I put that lower, it doesn't look like he's looking at them. So I'm kind of wanting them up quite high. So quite happy with that. Yes, but I think the edge needs something else. And I've got this Versa Magic Chalk Ink Turquoise Gem and a little sponge, but we'll see. Just bring in the teal again. Let's try it with the sponge because it's a little pointy dotty bit down the edge there. Yeah, that's better, I think. Oh, it's very teal, isn't it? Very teal. Right, let's see. Maybe it needs a little bit of brown around. Maybe we'll stick things down first before we start fiddling about with pencils on the edge, because we've still a bit of colour to add to him. Right, so I'm happy that that balloon goes up there. Up in the corner as far as it will go. And this one, about there. So we got an extra hour today. Our clocks got moved. Put the clocks back, which is good for us in the north because it gives us some extra daylight. Otherwise we would be living in the dark. I'm not sure that people down south realise the impact if the hour didn't get changed. I remember they tried it once when I was little. When I was at primary school, they decided to try it 1 year without moving the clocks, and we all got given an armband, a fluorescent armband to walk to school and home, and we were given little torches because we just lived our life in the dark, and they were scared that there would be more accidents, traffic accidents and things, because it made a difference. Right, yes, I think maybe a little brown round, and we need some words, so let me dig into that stamp set. Oh, it's in my bundle here somewhere. Yes, here there is this. Do not go where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. And I thought that was quite good for this. And we might just stamp it, be brave, and stamp it directly. Or maybe we will stamp it onto the little spare piece. I'm thinking I would quite like it stamped directly on, but that's a big chance to take. Will we be brave? I could stamp it onto, don't know, we'll have a think about that. We'll need to have a think. Right, let's see if we can put some brown. Let's get our brown blending stamp back out. that the brown? No, there's the brown there. I'll pop this. I'm not sure now whether I want all those words, but maybe look at words on a sticker set, because I think I might have something. Let's try this down this bottom corner first, because I'm not sure how this will blend on top of paint. I'm not sure if that's... That's doing okay. Yeah, it's doing okay. Yeah, it's not bad. Right, let's do the little chap. Oh, there was my brown there. Right, which row is it? Teal? Is it the teal one we put away? Shouldn't tidy things away till I'm finished with it. Right. Okay, so we want to add some colour to him. Let's try the palest colour first. I'm going to just go down the edge there. That looks okay. We'll try this. Try this darker colour here. Oh, I hope were you getting the top of my head? I felt my head hitting the camera there. I hope not. Yeah, so it's a brass band that a local brass band leads the parade, and they play Ghostbusters, and everybody shouts, who you gonna call? And then everybody in the parade shouts Ghostbusters. It's quite funny. I think all the kiddies enjoy it. So that brings in that colour, I think. So let's do his boots. It's brown. It's a bit of fun that you can add colour to the images, I think. We'll give him something to stand on there. Right, now do we want to add anything to his jumper, to his sweater there? Some grey maybe, or some white. What have we got? We've got this cool grey, and there's the white. So we'll try that. Well, it hasn't done a huge amount. I think it brightened it a little bit, the white. But certainly the teal, I think, pulls in the teal. I'm wondering if we should add a little bit as a small line on this balloon that I think we could just do. And maybe have a bit of a play with the dark teal. That's better. I think we'll actually do that a bit darker. Where did my teal go? There it is. I think that just brings in the two balloons with the chap. Just adding that little bit of teal there. Right, let's now continue with the edge with the brown and maybe go up here. Yeah, that makes a difference. And then all we have to do is add a wee inspirational word or two. And I've changed my mind about that stamp. I think. Now, do we want to go round? Maybe just bits. Maybe just to give them. Well, now that we've started, we might as well do. Give them a bit of a shadow. Yeah, Right, now I think we are done with the pencils, and I want to find an inspirational word or two for in here. So I am going to go in let me just lean in and get some words. I like them. These will be too small, I think, too pale. That, so either, oh, there's a don't forget to fly, or there's be amazed. Full of wonder's good, because he's full of wonder at the hot air balloons, I think. Now the decision needs to be made. I quite like it there, because by attaching it to him, I think that gives it, pulls it in again, keeps everything attached, makes us think it's him that's full of wonder. Yeah? Well, in my head anyway. Not sure that I want anything else. There is a don't forget to fly, but maybe that's just too literal for flying balloons. I feel maybe it's missing something down this corner, but you know, sometimes less is more. For sure, sometimes less is more. Do we want to put a little brown edge? So I could be playing with this all day, that's for sure. Yeah, that makes a difference there. Okay, I'm going to leave it there because, yes, I think that's, I'm happy with that. It's a bit different. Happy with it. It fits into maybe the opposite page, just being a wee bit lighter. Maybe it needs a little bit of washi. Excuse my squeaky chair. Let's just try a little bit. Now, better or worse with the washi? Better without. Yes. Let's realise when we should stop. Let's just stop there, call it a day, call it done. I'm happy with it. Yeah. So that's us. If you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be great, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.